Welcome to the Ethical Affiliate, the podcast that's all about living life on your own terms through the exciting world of ethical affiliate marketing. I'm your host, Ida.
And I'm Tim.
And in each episode, we'll be exploring the possibilities, strategies, and mindset shifts that can empower you to build a business that aligns with your values and allows you to design the life you've always dreamed of.
Join us as we share our journey and hear from industry experts and successful affiliate marketers who have embraced this new approach to business. Discover the strategies they use to navigate the ever-evolving digital landscape, build sustainable income streams, and most importantly, live life on their own terms.
So buckle up and get ready for a journey into the world of ethical affiliate marketing. This is the Ethical Affiliate, where we believe that living life on your own terms is not just a dream, it's a reality waiting to be created. Thanks for joining us, and let's dive in. Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode 23 of the Ethical Affiliate. Oh my gosh, we're doing it. 23 episodes. I know I say this every episode that I just, go yay, but every episode's a celebration, really, isn't it?
It is. Yes, I know we doubled up on 23. Must have been something about that because I said
We
23
did.
last week.
We were ahead of ourselves, so we're forward thinking.
I made a
How
slight correction in the
Tim? How's your week been?
I'm well. It's been great, actually. It's been great. It's been raining a lot. It's been cold, which I love. And it's gone very quickly, actually. I don't know why. Just has. That's been good. I did some nothing really interesting, folks. I did some got into storage and found some electronic equipment I was after and a passport which I was after too. So I'm wrapped with that because for some reason I thought, oh, where's my passport? And magically it appeared in a suitcase. So I'm because that's hell just to go through the process of getting that. Although it's a lot easier than it used to be. So I've had some wins this week. Good
stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, today we have a very special episode. We've never really, Tim and I have never really discussed what we do and taken an in-depth or had an in-depth discussion about why we got into what we got into and etc. So I'm actually going to interview Tim today and find out all about his journey with affiliate marketing and what's led him there and how it's been so far. So welcome to the Ethical Affiliate, Tim. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you, Ida. It's lovely to be here, and good morning to you.
Good morning. Good, beautiful Monday morning. What a nice way to spend Monday morning, interviewing a great friend. Okay, Tim, so let's tell us a bit about yourself for our first-time listeners.
Right. Well, my name is Tim Greig, and I'm slightly distracted by a very loud cockatiel in my right-hand ear, so I hope people can't hear that. It's morning and it's exciting, apparently, in the cockatiel world. I'm originally from Melbourne in Eastern Australia. I've lived there my entire life, and I'm now living in Perth for the last 5 years. And I've been a small business owner, well, since I left school, basically, although I wasn't owning the business there, but my father had a business, a boat building business. And so I was introduced in the world of retail and manufacturing and boat building in that particular case from the age of 17. And so since I have worked for someone for an entire 9 years of my life as an IT manager for a large Australian privately owned mining and earth moving company, and grew their network around Australia, which is how do I describe this without being impolite? It's a dog of a thing to do because it's communication around Australia is really difficult on mining sites, etc. Everything's done by satellite. Or everything used to be done by satellite and probably is done to a large extent by satellite now. So it's a challenging occupation. But other than that, I've basically had my own businesses my entire life. So I love having my own business or businesses. I love growing a business, all the things that are involved, which is many and complex.
And what got you into affiliate marketing? How long have you been doing that?
Almost now, well, in this particular business that we're both in, about 12 months, probably right about now, actually. but prior to that, I was looking at other affiliates. So I was in some other minor affiliate businesses or trying them out for maybe a year to two before that, because having been in retail or having been in bricks and mortar business, I was finding that was a challenge. It was hard. I mean, the last business, I actually had two businesses going at the same time, but the last business primarily was a domestic and commercial cleaning company, and just trying to get staff to show up, to follow instructions, to do quality work because we're a quality company was it was just so hard. And we had people showing up who would say, oh yeah, I really need lots and lots of work, I can work 6 days a week and all this sort of thing. And after a couple of days they go, oh yeah, it's really hard, this. And then you'd find out they're also on the Australian it's called Centrelink. How would you describe it, Ida? It's helping people out with funding, so to speak. And so we found that often they just needed a Centrelink minimum of 16 hours a week, and so then they'd go back to that. And we were supplying all the vacuum equipment. It was a $400 vacuum on a backpack thing and gear, and it wasn't worth it. And so it was and we had a lease, so every month we had to make lease and grow the business enough to do that, and it was just a constant turnover of people. So when the lease came up, I decided I really never wanted to lease another building again. Gotcha. I wanted the freedom of being able to move around, plus not being tied down to a business that was so reliant on staff in that way, and reliant on having to make enough money to pay for the lease. And it, like most small businesses, still it's once you stop working, the money stops coming in. And the E-Myth, way back, Michael Gerber wrote about this years and years and years ago, and everyone who's in business or coaching in business knows this book backwards, that you got to get out of that key position as soon as possible and work on the business, not in the business. And I was always working in the business. And I talk to people nowadays, and a lot of people are still doing it, tradies and things. Interesting. I was a business coach for a while, and a lot of our tradies had that same problem. They were relying on staff. They were constantly working in the business because the staff wouldn't turn up. And then they'd grow the business. They had a number of staff, and it was just so much headache for them. And they would get into it because they actually loved doing the plumbing or the sparky work. So they'd downscale the business and go, this is all too hard. I just want to be a bloke driving around in a truck with a phone on the lap, or off the lap now, in a holder, and doing my own thing. So long story short, I wanted the freedom of, obviously the money freedom, but obviously you can make money in any business if you do it right. But the freedom of just being going, you know what, I want to go on a holiday, and if I want to do a little bit of work, I can do it there. I don't have to be on the premises. And paying the landlord.
So how have you found affiliate marketing? Like, what's your journey been like so far? And what made you choose what actually made you choose that particular product? I mean, I guess we can talk about what we do, because this is the whole episode. So what are you affiliated with?
I will, yeah.
Yeah, and how has it been working for you? What's your journey been like so far?
I think the thing that really stood out for me was having looked at several other affiliate marketing models, which were all, I must admit, were all low ticket affiliate marketing. That I looked at the amount of work involved in making, $15 and $20 here and there, and I thought, I know people are very successful in low ticket, but it just from a numbers point of view, it seems like an insane amount of work to get there because you're earning such low amounts of money. And I kind of liken it to one of those shops, although you don't have the overheads, which we've been talking about. I kind of liken it to one of those shops in a big shopping center where they're selling small craft items, and I call it kind of junky stuff, where it's, they sell something that's $3 and you think, how are they going to make rent? I mean, it's just, how many of these do you have to sell? And in their poor case, that all they can do is sit there and wait for people to come in. But the amount of work in a low ticket business just seems such a lot of work to sell something, and then you've got to keep on going. And many of them also, if you don't buy each month, or make a certain level, your commissions go down or you start again. So I tried a couple of those. I didn't put much effort into it because that was just a blocker for me. And then I came across this particular model, and the commissions were so big. Because it is a much more expensive item, and we'll get into what it is in a minute. It's a much more expensive item, but the commissions and the structure, which is a patented system, is so much better that I kept looking at going, okay, I'm not sure about the product, but there's good money to be made in this, and I can grow a business and help other people grow a business. And so they can make money and they can have the freedom. The same thing, often we want, our market is us. We want what we want for them, what we want. And so I kept on coming back to and go, okay, I'm going to take the plunge. And then the more I read about, and because I have to learn about the product, the more I learned about it was that, wow, this is such an amazing product, generating this amazing water, because it's a Kangen water we're talking about, and Nagic is the company, a Japanese company, 50 years old now, that I'm getting a double bonus, or I'm actually getting a triple bonus. That it's an amazing product which I can use for many things around the home, plus just drinking. And also I can help people grow a business ethically. And this is the ethical affiliate. So it was just like, wow, this is just, I've struck a gold mine here. And so, I find it really difficult. I know you do too, Ida, to actually do business or do anything where it's crunching up against an ethical value of some sort, where it's I don't know, it's not quite right, or it's a supplement, it's full of fillers and carbs and junk, and I just can't sell people that stuff. It just even if I do, it's probably comes out as a falsity, and it's definitely a falsity in me. So this product, which produces molecular hydrogen water, produces as a byproduct all different alkaline waters, which you can use for, as I said, 68 uses around the home and wherever you want to use it in business. It's like, wow, there's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing where I'm going, yeah, I don't know, I don't know, I can really talk about that. So it's just like, okay, this is great. This is great. So the journey has really been getting my head around the product and what it does and how it can serve people. And the other side of it is how people can grow a business from it. And it's been a 12-month journey, is pretty much the same as you. And there's been a lot of learnings, not so much about, well, there's been learnings about the product and the company, but learnings about what to say on the social media channels, on Facebook or YouTube, what to talk about, how to promote, whether to advertise, whether not to advertise. And we were certainly part of a large platform which provided a lot of that information. The challenge there is the information, as we know with Facebook, changes every couple of days. So what worked even a couple of months ago, maybe not working now. And the world has changed even in 12 months, from a lot of static content, a lot of talking, to now pretty well everything's videos, whether you want to call it reels, stories, everything else. It's a shorter or longer term video, because people just want to watch stuff. And yeah, they might come back and read something more in depth, and many people do. But they're definitely more of a browsing mentality, where you're looking at a video and it's got to be visually appealing, because that's what we are. We're humans. Everything we see is visually appealing. We're very attracted by colors and things like that, and good information. So it's been a journey of going, okay, maybe what I was doing a few months ago or 12 months ago wasn't quite right, and reset the program to do, in my case, to be honest, resetting the program fairly recently to now do pretty well all video, backed up by possibly using the power of AI, backed up by doing some content as well from the videos, and or just writing the occasional piece, as they say in the industry.
Well, that works for you because you have also an interest in filmmaking, and this is the whole thing about affiliate marketing,
Yeah.
Which I found is your ability to utilize what you're good at to promote your business,
And
right?
that's a journey too, to find that, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. So how's that particular journey been?
Well, it's been really good, but it's been when I say that, it's been interesting getting to a point where I probably should have gone, well, I knew I liked this way of doing things. You know, I mean, I'm sort of questioning myself, why didn't I just go straight to video in the first place? But it's neither here nor there. Um, I was a photographer for quite some time, and I brought video into that as well eventually. And I love that whole thing and love documenting things. I guess when you're just doing a short piece on a product, it's kind of it's a different space, and you're not documenting it. Well, you are in a way, but you're not documenting someone's journey or their life work or the way they build something. It's just standing and talking to camera and going, "Hey, this is great. Here's 5 ways to grow your business using ethical affiliate marketing," something like
Mm,
that. And there's kind of like a separation in my head about that. But
mm,
as you know, I've recently started making some comedy sketches about another subject matter, and I'm loving that. So um, I guess someone just recently told us, as we both know, about having fun in your business. What a difference that makes. And so it's like, yeah, okay, I'm really enjoying this. How can I bring all these things I love doing into my business?
mm.
And I'm enjoying the journey.
Well, that's the fun of it, really. Like, this is
Isn't it?
the journey is learning how to utilize those skills of yours. And really, in this space, anyone can do anything. We see people from all walks of life
Mm.
doing all different things, bringing all different things to the table. But I have to say, in this particular space, everyone that I've come across um, is is genuinely wanting to do good,
Yeah,
genuinely wanting to. I mean, there's always a few that are in it for themselves, but I think that's fairly normal. But even those people are not mean-spirited. There's no mean-spiritedness in this industry that I've come across. Quite the opposite, actually. And even though different platforms offer different things, the message of community is there. That's the common thread of helping each other and walking alongside each other, as opposed to having to step on one another. And that's the beauty of this particular um, commission structure patented business model, which
yeah,
allows for that. It actually fosters that kind of growth, which goes back to Mr. Oshira's vision for the world. So it's beautiful. And it's very, very well constructed, very cleverly put together. Yeah, but don't get me started, because this isn't my interview. This is yours.
that's next week.
That's next week. That's right.
I think it's so true. I mean, I'm having been in business for quite a long time, I realized that, well, for me, it's very much a powerful personal development journey. And
Mm,
having started personal development at quite a young age, and because I started doing judo when I was a teenager, and that was, there's a lot of in that particular classes where I was doing, there's a lot of philosophy, Japanese
mm,
philosophy,
mm,
and that kind of piqued my interest because my parents weren't really in that sort of. It didn't come from them. Um, Piqued my interest in the thoughts behind the way people do stuff, and so I realized quite some time ago that having your own business is it hits so many personal development markers, because you're dealing with people, you're dealing with things that go wrong, you're dealing with things that go right, you're dealing with so much as your mental headspace,
mm,
that if you either you love personal development, which makes it great, why am I doing this? Why am I not doing this? Or you're just thrown into it anyway, and you grow as a person.
mm.
And I love seeing that in people, and I love seeing people just grow their business and making some money and having that independence. And as I said before, and then the other thing that ticks is finding an amazing product like the Enagic product range. And now we have a new thing called MGuard, which is,
Yeah.
again, helping deal with health, well, very much potential health
That's
problems.
patented as well. So
Yeah, in
it's
in
very
dealing with
clever.
the radiation that comes from all our electronic devices, including fridges and anything with a motor and anything that radiating things. that it's like, great, this is another thing that there's no way you can go, I don't know, it's not really, it doesn't really do anything.
Yeah.
It does. And so for people to get to that point in their business where they're going, wow, I'm just helping so many people with so many things. I'm making some decent money. I can do this from any place in the world with a decent internet connection.
Mm, mm.
What's not to love about that?
Yeah, absolutely. That is, yeah, I agree. What is not to love about that? How
Yeah.
was your journey from starting the affiliate marketing? How are you finding with your headspace getting into that zone of figuring out what you love and how to go about integrating that into your business?
Well, it just kind of happened. When I say it kind of happened, I'm finding my way and going, yeah, I really like doing A, B, or C, and then I'm kind of going back to doing the similar things to what I used to do, like filming, photography, writing, bit of humor, and this other thing I'm doing. It's like, well, if you leave yourself open enough, you'll find what you love to do and you'll incorporate that into your business, whether you really try and do that intentionally or not. I mean, I've spent a
Mm,
lot of time, looking at, okay, who's my niche? What would I love to do? Because what you love to do is where you can make money. And I find that's kind of the wrong way around in a way. It's really, you just need to get started and be very, I mean, people talk about this the last couple of years a lot, but be very vulnerable and open and just be not afraid to get online and experience the journey. Because you're only going to find the things that you love, which you already know, but you're only going to bring those in if you actually start the process. And
mm,
so to spend an awful lot of time thinking about how am I going to do it, who should I be on camera, off camera, or how do I
mm,
write
mm.
is really not the best way to do it. It's a very slow way of doing it, and um, it seems really obvious when you say it in hindsight. But the best way to find who you are is to start doing the stuff that you do, and you'll get there much faster. Because
Yeah.
we pay so much attention to so many other people and what they're doing and what they're doing and what they're doing, what they're not doing, who they are on social media, which is not everyone, but it's a very much an illusionary thing. Um,
Mm,
when you start talking to people, even when we interview people, we understand the pains and the challenges they've been through and the journey that they've gone through to get where they are. It's not all just instant success and I could speak on camera straight away and I was a great writer, blah blah blah. You may be, but it's a little bit of a rarity. So you just got to take that journey, and
mm.
you know, that Chinese proverb where they say the journey of whatever it is, a lifetime starts
Journey
with
of
the
a
first
thousand
step.
steps starts
Yeah,
with one.
yeah. You kind of. I like to think also when you take that first step, you're kind of halfway there. You've already gone a great way. Don't think there's still 9,999 steps to go. You've actually made a massive step towards finding who you are, and who you want to be in the world, and how you can help people. And so it's
Mm.
just like,
Well,
don't
it's
think
it.
about it too much. Just go and start doing stuff.
Well, that's kind of what it requires, doesn't it?
Yeah,
And that's, I think, was it, I hear the less you know, the better, because the more authentic you
so
show up,
true. Yeah,
and
yeah,
it also, I think it paves the way for other people to feel okay about
yeah,
showing up online. And this is such a revolutionary way to make money,
yeah,
where people, and it's a community that is very supportive,
yeah,
and that is it's kind of how it funds itself, really, isn't it? Through
yeah,
support
yeah,
and growth.
yeah.
And yeah, it's great.
It's
So
it's.
what are your challenges, Tim? Let's talk about some of your challenges.
Um, I think if you're running a business, if you're doing another business or you've got another job, there's always a time challenge,
Mm,
and time challenges are not so bad because you can if you manage your calendar properly or you've got some sort of system for managing tasks, that's easy enough to do. What I think the harder way is to change your mindset, change your headspace, and so to go from one thing that's completely different to another, there's a bit of a lag. And
Mm.
although I think a lot during the day, well, I think during the day, I think about a lot of things, but I'm often listening to videos, or well, I'm more listening to videos than watching them because of what I do. But I'm listening to marketing or something like that, or something completely different. And so I'm thinking ahead of how I'm going to bring this into my business or whatever I happen to be doing. And then
Mm.
you get back home and there's things to be done and whatever, dogs to be walked, and so the night can drift on if you're not careful. And it's
Mm.
so, yeah, it requires discipline, but it also, the discipline's required because there's quite a headset change to going from what I'm doing during the day for me is dog grooming to then going to be a marketer or a promoter of a healthy diet or something like
Mm.
that. So it's like, okay, well, now I've got to, um, sometimes I interview people for other things. It's like, okay, now I've got to get out of that headspace into this headspace. And well, that sounds fairly easy. It can sometimes mean you actually don't get round to doing stuff because you're just
Mm.
not doing it all the time.
Mm.
You get in a flow, and if you're out of the flow and then got to get into another flow, it's a bit of a leap. So that's a challenge. I think the
Yeah.
other challenge is that what we're taught often is that this is really easy and it's going to happen quickly, and it rarely does. And the challenge there, one of the challenges there is that you only really hear about the people who are, oh, they've been at 3 months and they've made, $50,000 a month, blah, blah, blah. And
Mm.
that is so rare. But of course, when it's on social media, it seems like it's not rare.
Mm.
And, but it is. And, for better or for worse, like every business, like even bricks and mortar, most people, I hesitate to use the word, most people fail at it. And, businesses, well, on statistics, businesses like offline businesses only last 3 years because it's hard. It's hard. It requires a lot of money, lot more money than this does. A
Mm.
lot of effort, a lot of challenges. I've said before about staffing, perhaps in this case, or manufacturing or everything else. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. Um, we tend to go into online things thinking, oh, this is pretty easy. I just got to sit in front of a computer and I'll make millions. Well, you don't. So I think it's important to tell people that because it's like, okay, you're in this for the long run. You're in this for the long run. And once you know that's like, okay, I've just got to keep going. As we interviewed Kylie just recently, if you don't stop, you'll be successful. However you want to say that, just keep going, just keep going. You'll have your ups and downs, probably more
Mm.
downs than ups, but eventually, well, maybe that's not true. You eventually gradually keep climbing if you just keep going. And so that's the challenge there is firstly to know it, and secondly, just to remember that. And I
Mm.
think, like you and I, we collaborate and we keep each other going. I think that's really important. So if you're doing this on your own, it's probably hard to do it on your own because there's always people to help you. But find someone who can help you, or group, and utilize the mastermind kind of system where you're going, yeah, I'll try that, or yeah, I had a bad day yesterday, but I'm going to kick myself up the bum and get on with it again and produce some videos. But the other thing is, no, in the same way, this is not it's like your life. If you have a bad day, just tomorrow's going to be another day. That's fine. Just pick yourself up and get on with it. Or next week. It's really a very, very short thing in the terms of your life or your business. This is a
Mm.
long-term business. People who get in it and are successful stay in it for the rest of their lives. So
Mm.
if you have a bad week or a bad day, that's it. Just be prepared for that. And the more you're prepared for that, the easier it is to go, okay, I'm having a crap week. I've done nothing. It's now Sunday and I've got, I haven't posted any videos at all. I'm just going to reset. Monday's a new day and off you go again. And other than that, the only challenge I would suggest if you're not doing what the business we're in is just make sure that your values match the product and
Mm.
do some research because there's so much stuff out there which just go, oh, this is great, you can do this and it's healthy, if it's a food thing, for example, or water. And, you look into it and you go, yeah, I don't know, it's not really. So you'll eventually hit that barrier and you'll be constantly you're working against yourself almost in that, like, even if you don't realize it, there's something deep down which you're working against and you go, I don't know, why isn't this relationship working? Or why isn't this product business working? Because deep down there's some value mismatch. And
Yeah.
you'll never get over that. You'll never get over that unless the product, in this case, meets your values, whatever they are. Hopefully they're ethical, healthy, or helps the world, or the company's ethical, or all those things that we have, luckily. Do your
Yeah.
research. But
Yeah. Research is essential.
yeah, I think that it's a mental game. I think the mental game of knowing that it's a long term, you're in a long term thing. Great. Okay. I can do this.
Well, it's about doing what you love, right? So if you do what you love, you don't work a day in your life.
Yeah.
And this is really about utilizing your skills
Yeah.
with a product that aligns with you. And I've seen examples of it. There is a couple in Canada that actually I would love to get on to interview. They're in affiliate marketing and they're musicians and they post playing their music all the time.
Yeah.
And that's what attracts their customer base. And
Yeah.
it's beautiful. It's actually really beautiful. This is a great community to collaborate, even within brands. And you can end up being an affiliate for you can end up being known for products that are really for bringing the planet and humanity further into
Yeah.
enlightenment and evolution.
Yeah.
You know, because there are lots of companies out there that aren't selling shit products, that are selling great products.
Yeah.
And like an Adjic, for example, amazing products. But there are other companies that are doing lots of wonderful things with food as well. And before you know it, you have this kind of, you connect yourself with a whole world of things that aligns with your values. And that's
Yeah.
the beauty of this space. You know, it's kind of like going to a shopping mall, but you're online and you're getting and you're a part of it all. You're a part of all of the things that you collaborate in and purchase. You know what I mean? Like the you know, so whoever you to be affiliated, to be an affiliate marketer is just a brilliant way to live your life,
Mm.
doing what you love. And it, yeah, like you said, like any business, it takes a while. It takes a while to develop your sense of style and who you are. And you're right, you don't learn until you do it. You can't sit behind this wall of fear.
Mm.
Um, and you know,
I think
knock
you're so right.
yourself out there.
I think that I've I was a business coach for quite a while, and read so many books and had so much training on stuff like this. And people would go. It's very common for people to advise people to do what you love to do, and I disagree to some extent, because I think if you keep the trouble with that, it causes a lot of people just to never get around to doing something, because they may not be sure about what they love to do, but um, I think the best strategy is actually start doing something. I know I said this before, but I think it's really important just to start doing something that at least you're interested in,
Mm,
and grow.
give it permission.
Either you'll grow to love a large part of it. And be aware, folks, you're not going to love every part of this business or any other business. It's not perfect. There's stuff that you just don't want to do.
Mm,
And yeah, you can eventually get a virtual assistant to do some of that stuff, at least make things life more efficient, because you have certain skills that you will find as you're going into this, or you'll pick up, as I was saying before about videography or stuff like that. You'll start going, oh yeah, I used to do that. I love doing it. I'm good at it. I'll just bring that into this business. And
mm,
you can't think forward of all this stuff. The planning part is just ridiculous. So the planning part is finding an ethical product and making sure that ticks all the boxes, and then start the journey, so that then you go, I love doing whatever group work. I love training people. I love educating people. Or you'll find out you do. You find out you're an amazing leader that can lead people and inspire people, and you never realized it. So
mm,
don't try and anticipate all that, because you don't know most people don't know what they're good at, if you want to look at it this way, what they're here to do. And
mm.
until they do things, you never find what you're here to do unless you start doing stuff. Let's face it.
Yeah.
Um,
And how are you finding that? Like, are you enjoying the process?
I love the process, because mostly because what I said before, this whole thing of going, okay, I don't want to. I shouldn't be focusing on the micro. I should be focusing on the macro, on the big. So when there's the process I enjoy is the journey, knowing I'm going to be successful, more and more successful every day. Or sorry, no, that's the point. I'll be more and more successful in the long term, but some days aren't successful. That's great, no problem at all. The more I learn, that's a learning thing. And we talk about this a bit. Failure, failure. We've been trained to bring up from school is like it's a bad thing. Everything's about you either failed at your exams or your tests or you didn't. Well, that's a learning process. And in fact, if you don't fail, you're never going to get anywhere. So
I
expect that.
really don't
Expect that.
believe in failure. I don't believe in failure.
Well, it's just the word. Unfortunately, the word has such a strong thing on our brains. But I agree. It's not failure. It's a learning thing. Call it what you like.
Mm.
It's, it's a result. You've got these results on your exam. You got these results on your exam. That means you need to work on that. It shouldn't be called failure. But
No,
that's the education system. That's a different thing.
Yeah. Mm.
You did some advertising and it didn't work. Now people
Trial and
don't
error.
want to read. Yeah, they want to read all that, or they don't want to look at that picture. So that's a marker. Okay, we'll change that. It's not failure. It's a signal to make a change.
Absolutely. It's a signpost.
That's it. Yeah, it's exactly. It's a signpost. It's like, okay, go this way now. Don't go that way because why repeat the same thing to get the same result?
Yeah.
What do I do to improve the results? I don't know. I'll join a community which has all these teachings. I'll go and learn about making videos. I'll go and learn how to speak better on camera. I'll go and learn how to communicate, how to do sales. Right. Because when I do sales, it doesn't work. People
And you're
just
doing
run
it for
away.
you, right? You're doing it for yourself to run your business your way, the way you see fit.
So true.
And you find your like-minded people on the way. And to put a time limit on it, everyone's journey is different. Everybody's journey is different. Some people, and I love that though. I love that because it's accessible to anybody. There are some, ways of doing things, but they're very much dependent. There's a basic structure. There's a business structure, obviously, but uh, it's more attuned to who you are as a person, right?
Isn't that
And tapping
amazing
into that.
isn't that amazing? You can have a job where effectively you're
Being paid to be yourself.
told what to do. In the traditional job, you're told what to do, what to learn probably for your job. This one, you've got a pretty well 100% choice about diving into something that you love to learn more about, or not diving into something that you don't want to learn more about. I mean, it's like, what is better than having those choices in life? That's just freedom. And
It really is. It
the
is.
concept of going through your life being told when to wipe your backside or when you can have holidays or when you can be sick is just so out of date now. It's just not
How
funny.
often you're allowed to be sick before you start getting financially penalized.
Yeah, I don't think people realize how wrong that is. But we've got the opportunities
it's
now.
also from a business point of view. The system doesn't support itself, right? And from a business point of view, it gets difficult because people take advantage. It's human nature to take advantage of things. So if you have endless sick days, but the whole system is unsupported, and that's all about the Industrial Revolution and how, the titans of industry sort of took over and started to make the rules, and I'm seeing this is a shift.
Yes,
It's a shift where we as the people choose to align ourselves and promote products that are genuinely good, that are ethical, with companies as truly ethical and truly dedicated to change. And that is what makes us powerful as individuals. Yeah.
Well, it's so true. And I think you made a very good point there that this is a massive shift in the way society works, and people don't people realize it. Many people don't realize it, that we're at a very wide point where the world is changing drastically. Yeah, there's AI and stuff as well, but the world of work and work culture is changing phenomenally. And so
Mm.
it's not just about going online and having your own business. This is actually the way of the future.
Mm.
Now, there'll still be companies around, but make no mistake, folks, most jobs are going to be wiped out by AI. And
Yeah.
that's an opportunity and a threat in a way, because the threat is that you don't have any work. The opportunities, you can go and do something else that you love to do. And
Mm.
people are slowly waking up to this, like, wow, what are we going to do if we don't have to go to work every day? Well, I can do this. And there'll be new opportunities. There's going to be so many opportunities in this field, in this online world, that we don't
Mm.
even know yet. So embrace it. Embrace it.
Absolutely. It's the opportunity
Start.
to shine. Yeah, it's your opportunity to take control and start living your life
Yeah.
by your own design and live in cause, not effect.
Yeah. And
You know,
I'd say, just start the process now, because you're going to be, as we talked about, you're going to be changing direction quite frequently, probably finding a
mm,
different product, finding a different company, maybe finding your own ways. So why not start now? Because whatever that expression is, the best time to start was either 10 years ago or now. So start now, because in 12 months you still might be finding your journey, but at least you're 12 months into it, because it will take time, no doubt. And we're there, I'm there to help, you're there to help. People are there to help. Just ask a question. But unless you're a complete outlier, it'll take you a while to find your journey, but you'll get there. As we said, as we started, just keep going.
that's right. You just keep going and you keep networking and you find your way. The path appears.
Yeah,
It's
it does.
beautiful.
Be
Yeah.
open to things appearing that you never even knew.
That's wonderful, Tim. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. It was great to get a bit of an insight into your journey. So what's next for you?
Well, that's a very good question. I've got two parallel things running at the moment. One is this business with Enagic and the amazing products, and who knows what else they're going to bring out. Um, Growing that business is going to be just to take me to a whole different level, because there'll be people who will come on board the team, and it'll well, I say challenge, but it's a good challenge. It'll challenge me to keep upping my game in terms of leadership and growth, and learning how to help other people grow their business. And the
Mhm.
other thing I'm on at the moment is, I've got a channel running about the low carb keto carnivore way of growing, and that's lifestyle, and that's growing quite well at the moment. I'm interviewing people about that, and
Fabulous.
so I'm kind of open to wherever that goes. I don't know where that goes. It's certainly not. It In my head, it's not really. I'm starting a business. I just want to actually get this out to the world, to explain to people about the way a lot of people feel we should be eating, and from history, it appears that's how we should be eating. And we were talking about businesses and things like the pharmaceutical industry and the sick care industry is one of those things where this has got to change. This has got to change.
Mm.
Um,
Mm.
we've done nothing but get sicker in the last 50 years from all these amazing, fantastic advice we've been getting. So people are waking up, and as I say to a lot of people, there's more of us than them. So it's time we made that change. So that's kind of where I'm going at the moment.
Fabulous. That's exciting. It's exciting to watch that grow and to even partake
Yeah.
in that whole thing too.
Yeah.
All right, beautiful. Well, anything you've been reading lately?
No, I haven't been reading very much at all at the moment. I've been, doing a lot of videos and things, particularly about the carnivore way of lifestyle.
Yeah.
I'm just reading novels at the moment. I've at a house where they've got a whole lot of books here, and I'm, reading fiction. A guy
Fiction's
called
great.
Michael Connolly, I think he is. Anyway, he writes kind of detective fiction. It's just been refreshing because it takes you off into a different world. It's not business.
I know it's so easy to get lost in that
Yeah,
whole non-fiction world.
yeah,
That's why I love my
yeah,
um, trashy period romances.
yeah.
It's quite hilarious. Some of them are hilarious. It's great. And it does,
Nice.
it takes you right away. Beautiful. All right. Well, thanks everyone for showing that. That's an end to our episode 23, where we got to really get an insight into the wonderful Tim Greig, my lovely co-host. Thank you so, so much for that.
Thank you, Ida.
Tim, it was really wonderful speaking with you. And next week is going to be my turn. So I'm going to be the one talking, which, as you all know through these past episodes, I have no issue doing. I like the sound. Actually, I don't like the sound of my own voice, but I certainly like using it. So that's going to be fun. So tune in next week. And till then, have a great week. Like and subscribe if you want to find out more about what Tim does. Contact Tim on the links in the show notes, and same with me. And we'd love to have a chat to you. Don't forget to reach out on Facebook, The Ethical Affiliate. And have a beautiful week. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Ida. Thanks, everyone.